Hello, it's been a while and I wanted to just chat with you. I haven't had a weekend free and the house free at the same time. I've been teaching some acting classes with a friend of mine on the weekends and then working during the week, and today I actually had the house to myself, so I thought I would just find some strange things around that I could just chat with you. And if I'm lucky, I can make a couple of videos today to release in the next couple of weeks to say hello. And this is a strange little octopus hanger that I found a few months ago at IKEA when my sister and I were going to display our handmade yarns. I'm going to move this microphone so I hope it's not too loud. And the arms move up and down, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it hangs, and it can turn, which is really cool. I thought it would be really handy, but in the end, it was, when we started hanging things from it, it kind of made it wobbly, and it didn't look really clean and neat, so we didn't end up using these. But someday I'm going to figure out something for this. You know, hanging some pictures from it, or I don't know. It's strange, but I like it. And there's a little ribbing, I'll show you, on the tips of each of the clips. And I like that because, you know, with clothespins, sometimes your hands slip off and then the whole thing just snaps shut. But this one's just really simple, and they're little, and they're just the right amount of resistance, which I like. So there's my strange little octopus hanger from IKEA. And I'm going to fold it up. Hopefully that's not too loud. And I've just got a couple of more little things to show you. And just wanted to chat with you for a bit. I always think of things that I want to do when I don't have time to do it. And then when I do have time, I seem to forget all those things. One time I wanted to talk about the things I learned in acting school and grad school about Shakespeare and the punctuation and scansion. And just have one of those times where I talk and read and that sort of thing. But who knows if it will ever happen. Okay. The next thing I have is a lantern. I love paper lanterns. Always have. They are just magic to me. And when I was raising my son, there was a huge tree out in the backyard, which I loved at first, and then it drove me crazy because it was just the messiest tree. And it would drop. It was a Crimson King maple, and it would be perfect in a park, but in the backyard, it shaded the entire backyard and would drop different things at different times of the year that would just make it a mess, and you just couldn't hang out under the tree. But my son loved it. He would climb up in the tree and just kind of hang and hide and sit there when he needed some space to himself. Kind of a classic situation that way. And I learned eventually when he got older that he would climb up on the roof and jump from the tree to the roof, and he and his buddies would get up there and do parkour. Their version of parkour. And I was outside. I can't, forgive me if I've told this story before, but I was outside and there were all these shingles all over the yard. And I was like, I don't understand why this roof is falling apart. And, one of the times during dinner, I mentioned it to my son, and he said, he came to me later because he was feeling guilty, and he said, Mom, we've been running around on the roof and doing parkour. And to him, it wasn't a big deal, It's like, oh, some shingles are falling off. Because when you're a kid, you don't think about what that really means. But anyway, he started to realize that it was a a serious issue. And I said, oh, honey, you just can't be running. Not only do I worry, but he said, I'm just going to do some things. I won't run on the roof, but we still have to be boys and play and take some risks. So it was one of those, all right, I won't ask about those details and you can just do it. But just try not to be too dangerous or ruin the roof. All right, so I painted a bunch of lanterns on the wall in my bedroom, and I will have to repaint over it when I move out, but I just love lanterns so much. And then I went recently and bought some lanterns, and this one I didn't end up putting up. I just put 3 lanterns in the corner of my room so that I would have some 3D lanterns. And I just put a light in one of them. Maybe one day I'll go in and just kind of do a little tour. It's not a fancy big bedroom or anything, but you can see what I did with the walls, and then the real lanterns. And the walls I think were a bit much, but I still kind of like it. When I wake up in the morning, I don't have to look at a blank wall, and I can't afford expensive artwork, I hope someday to get a piece of art from my high school theater teacher, because this to me is an inspiring story. At the age of, when did she start painting? I want to say she was in her late 60s. She had retired from teaching high school, and she had painted sets, with the kids for, I think she taught 36 years or something like that. She's amazing. And she started to take up watercolor painting, and then she eventually moved into mixed media, I think is what they call it, and she does a lot of layering and things, and was recently in the February magazine of, is it Watercolor Artists? Anyway, she was one of it was either top 10 or top 20 watercolor artists. If I remember, I'll put the information down below and maybe even her name so you can see her work. Ironically, the painting that they picked for that is one of her more abstract pieces, but she does incredible layered paintings with some, they're fanciful to me. Like she'll have, these horses that look like they came from the circus or from a merry-go-round, and they're mixed with something where all of a sudden, I don't know what she does with the medium that she's using, but the eyes will pop out and the eyes will seem real, like they're looking at you, and yet it's just this fantastical painting. And sometimes she'll go traveling and take a piece of the history and kind of work it into her paintings. Anyway, someday I want to have one of her paintings, and I definitely, have sentimental reasons, but she's also just this incredible artist, and she's so inspiring to me because here she is in her 70s doing something completely new in retirement, and she's winning awards. And not that that's the most important thing, but just to know that, anything's possible. She inspires me. So I want one of her paintings so that I can, have that physical, beautiful thing to look at every day, but also the story behind it. My sister and I were talking a couple of nights ago. I have some photographs. Just going to play with this pillow. I'll show you. It's beadwork, and it's shells, and I got this for my bed because I love pillows, and I miss the sea. I miss being in Washington, and I thought, okay, well, this is my little memory that I can play with. So I'll play with some of that, and I don't know if you can hear that scratching, but I will hope that you can. And I'll just help you relax. And I think I was talking about something and forgot, so I'm going to let it go. If it comes back to me, great. If not, great. that's it for me tonight. Just a simple little video. And I hope that you're doing well. I think spring is around the corner. I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready to see more blue sky. I don't love the hot summers, and I don't love the cold winters. And I kind of get both extremes where I am now, but I sure love spring and fall, and spring is trying to come through, I think. I can't wait to see a few crocus pop their heads out here soon. And get outside a little bit more. The sky is blue today, which I'm grateful for. And I'm going to get out today. This is my first Saturday where I don't have the classes that I've been teaching, which I actually really enjoyed. It's just hard when I had started a new job and have been pretty overwhelmed with learning new processes and kind of a new language where I am. And then to be teaching on the weekends, it was hard to recuperate. So it's nice. And today I'm going to go see one of my former students in a play. It's actually, he's doing some children's theater, so it's Charlotte's Web. And I'm looking forward to seeing him perform. So it's a good day. And the sky is blue today, so I'm going to enjoy the drive into town, and it'll be nice. So good night to all of you. It's nice to have a moment to spend with you. Thank you for spending time with me. I'll just play here with the pillow a little bit more, and then I'll say good night.